right, thank you for joining. Today I wanted to go over Cardano USDT on the Binance chart. And this one is a very straightforward, quick video, like always, like my other videos. And as you can see, I have all the monthly profiles pulled up, along with all of the weekly relevant profiles pulled up too as well. Now, if we just go ahead and remove the weekly volume profiles, right? Go ahead and get rid of this fib as well. And I actually have to go clean this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and clean that up. Let's go ahead and pull that in there. Pull that in there. Monthly, boom, just like so. All right. Get rid of all the weeklies. Just leave the monthly on the chart, right? And let me go ahead and clone this really quick. Pull that down to here. Boom. All right. So as you can see on the monthly volume profile, right? So these are each month's worth of trading volume. Besides, let me see if this was, besides this one down here, this one's actually just a range. Let me go ahead and make that the normal color. So it's just a range. This one's December. Okay, and these are all monthlies. So what we can see here is that price did get accepted within this volume profile. Now, as you can know, once price gets acceptance into the volume profile from the highs or from the low, it usually tries to rotate and tap the opposite area, which it did here, right? So if you were to get in back here, let's go ahead and zoom in for you. If you were to get in back here, you'll see price reclaimed the volume profile, and the next target would be up here. And it took a little bit of while, right? A few weeks, but eventually, even after closing the 8-hour above the low, it eventually came up and tapped that level. Once it tapped that level, it flipped the value area high into support, as you can see here, before then going and trading within this range right here, right? And as you can see, that's where it did find a little bit of resistance before eventually trading above. Same thing all the way through. And now we are trying to stay above this fixed range volume profile on the monthly of January. All right. So as you can see, we're right below the previous month value area low. So on a monthly outlook, it does look very bearish, right? So it looks like it wants to come down and take out these lows right here at about 41 cents, which seems very probable because as you can see, all the lows are being defended. So everyone kept on putting stops below these lows. So what that means is if Bitcoin does a quick little move to the downside, there's nothing stopping me from believing that Cardano will take out all these lows, possibly wick down to this low here, which would be a 13% drop. So that is definitely something to keep in mind for ADA, especially since it is looking pretty bearish on the monthly, relating to the monthly volume profile, right? So all these highs are being protected. Every single candle besides this one is just making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, just grinding down, just pretty much waiting for that dump. And to be honest, when we take a look at Bitcoin in a few minutes, you'll see exactly how bearish everything is looking. Now, if we go ahead and remove the monthly volume profiles and we just go ahead and turn on the weekly, you could see that even in the weekly too as well, we are now trading below the weekly point of control. So we managed to close pretty much 1, 2, 3, maybe classify this as 4 4-hour candles below the point of control, which is definitely acceptance. And just like the monthly, as you can see, the top was tapped. So now we're probably going to rotate back down below to the lows, which is still technically untested value because this did front run that level just a little bit. So this is more than likely 100% the next target, which would be 42 cents. And if that fails, like I said, 40 cents is going to be on the table, right? And that would be 13% down. So very straightforward. There's not much else to really see with Cardano. You know, it is a very strong project like always, but at this very moment, if Bitcoin looks weak, Cardano will also look weak too as well. And I would really expect if this level fails, right, if we do get some sort of a move to the downside like this, we now back test this value area low as resistance, then the next target would be this volume profile right here. And if we get acceptance into these levels, then you're expecting to rotate all the way down to the bottom, which would be at around 36 cents. Now, how far down is that compared to the price that we are currently at now? That would be a 21% drop from the current price, right? So that is definitely still on the table. We did expect Bitcoin to sell off a lot more leading into the halving like it has done historically, but maybe this time Bitcoin makes the big dump after the halving to switch things up a little bit. So definitely probable. But right now we are still trading within value on the weekly profile. So that just means expect lower prices to at least the value area low of the weekly, about 9% away. And if we can manage to stay within this level, then you can obviously then start to look for some long entries, right? We kind of would like to see a sweep of the lows, reclaim, price starts to trade, and then we can expect to then target the value area high, right? So very simple, very straightforward. Let me go ahead and switch this really quick. It's the weekly value area low. Boom. So just like that, Cardano overall, in my opinion, looking very bearish. I expect a 10% drop, just to reiterate what I was saying before. If we fail that level, then possibly a 21% drop will follow to the value area low of this range before the impulse to higher prices. So the whole market is looking a little bit bearish. And let me just go ahead and show you what Bitcoin is looking like too as well. So as you can see with Bitcoin, same exact thing. Right, so we have gained acceptance into the weekly value area high, and then now we're just trading down, right? Trading down, we back tested it here, back tested it again, and now we're just making lower lows, and in my opinion, this level is most likely going to break. Then we will be targeting at minimum 62,700, and if that fails, then we will definitely go and test the value area low, and if that does fail too as well, then we have the next untested weekly value area low sitting at about 59,000. So we really do need this range to hold up, right? So if this range does not hold up and we fall below and start to backtest this level, then more than likely we then will become highly probable that we will gain acceptance into this monthly profile, right? And if that happens, then I would be definitely expecting price to drop to as low as 42,000 for Bitcoin. It's not impossible, right? Very, very possible. And if that happens, then yes, I think that would be the ultimate time to load up on every single altcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything in the crypto space, because that will most likely be the last low before the ultimate run up to possibly 140, 120,000. So let's keep an eye on this level. We cannot lose the 59,000 level. We cannot get a daily close below that level, but we can't really even get a 4-hour close because that'll be very bearish, right? There's a lot of buying pressure at this level. So if we manage to break through, everyone that was in a long up here, that all turns into sell. Right, all turns into sells, and then as quickly as this went up, as you can see, as quickly as that went up, it will most likely come down just as quick to at least that level, or all the way down to that level right there. And if that happens, then you better believe that Cardano will most likely test 36 cents. I don't really see it going back down to 25 cents. That seems a little too far down. I do believe that we can see 36 cents in the near future if Bitcoin manages to do that, right? Almost similar to like what happened here. So if I go ahead and remove this weekly profile, right? Just take a look at this, right? Look at this support level. Boom, 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 tap, 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 tap. Once that failed, massive support level failed, a quick move to the downside. And Bitcoin does seem to be lining up just like that, right? If we go back to the Bitcoin chart, as you can see, what does that look like, right? Tap, 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 tap. If it comes down here, massive move to the downside. And just to keep things a little bit more simple for Cardano, if you don't want to use any of those fixed range volume profiles, you can just use simply the supply demand lines, right? So this was a resistance, as you can see. I can do supply demand, boom, massive level. This is a massive level for Cardano, and that's exactly where it is right now. So resistance, flip to support, tested it, failed it, reclaimed it, and now we're right on support once again, and it looks like it is just dying to tap that level one more time, right? So let's just see how this all plays out. I believe that Cardano is looking a little weak and lower prices are to come, but this is a very key level. If this level does get lost, which it did before, then we really want to make sure that we just stay on top of everything, because 36 cents will most likely be on the table. All right, well, that's pretty much it for Cardano. Have a great day. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. Follow me on X. Haven't gained any followers, but that's all right. Yeah, gonna keep posting videos as often as I can. Thank you for watching and have a great day.